Hello friends, today in this video what we are going to do is we are going to utilize the date column, and in the date column we will be extracting the weekdays, the weekends, the start of the month, the year, the today, that is the recent date, the expiration date, and the start of the week. Now we are going to do it in on two platforms. We are going to do it in Excel. So if you have Excel 2013 and 2016, you will be utilizing formulas that are applicable in both of these Excel versions. Further on, we are going to move on to Power Query Editor, and Power Query Editor we are going to do the same, and we are going to extract the maximum numbers of these columns. Afterwards, we are going to utilize some of simple DAX expressions to extract whatever is left that we were not able to do it in Power Query Editor. So without further ado, let's move on to our Excel sheet. This is the date column that we have, and one by one we are going to utilize formulas and we are going to extract what we have written over here. So first of all is the weekday and the weekend. So the formula that we are going to utilize is, first of all, we have to have a formula that tells us that which of these days will be our weekday and which of these days will be our weekend. For example, if we have 7 days, 1 will be Monday, 2 will be Tuesday, and so on and so forth. That would mean 6 would be Saturday and 7 would be Sunday. So when I come over here, I'm going to write weekdays or days of the week, whatever name you like to call it. So again, the formula that you have over here is weekday. Now when I say weekday, it gives us the serial number and the return time. Now the weekday is obviously is this date over here, and now when I'm going to write comma, it gives me a series of numbers. So 1 is Sunday is the first day of the week, and 7 is Saturday, that is the last day of the week. And if I write 2, that would mean 1 is the first day, Monday, and Sunday is the last day. So this number is much more preferable. That would mean one day is the start of the week and then the end of the week is Sunday. So I'm going to write 2 over here and press enter. Now when I press enter, that it becomes 4. So that would mean that this date on this date is basically Monday is first, Tuesday is second, Wednesday is third, and fourth is Thursday. So this is basically Thursday. So I'm going to fill this formula to the very bottom, and again now I'm going to see if it is 6 or if it is 7. That would mean this is weekend. Otherwise, for all other days, this is a weekday. Now over here, I'm going to utilize two formulas, that is if function, and after the if function I'm going to have another logical test, that is OR. OR means that I can provide two logics for basically if A2 is equal to 6 and if is equal to 7. That would mean for both of these days we are looking at weekends. And if we have a week, that would be 4. So now we again come back to the formula. So that is if, now what does this formula say? If I move over here, it says that if, now we are applying two logics. OR means if either one of these is true, the statement would be true. So if B2 is equal to 6, that means if this cell over here is giving me a Saturday, or if B2 is equal to 7, or if it is giving me a Sunday, then give me weekend. For every other numbers, give me week. So this is the formula that we have utilized, and again we have a week and a weekend. So if you want to test if our logic is correct, what we can do is write name of the day, and in the name of the day I will use the text function. In the text function how it works? It works by giving us the values and the format of the text. So this is the value, and we want to have the days return. So in inverted commas I'm going to write 4 days. That means return the days. For months it would be M, and for years it would be Y. So this is Thursday, like we calculated before, and for weekend this is weekend, this is weekend, and this is weekend. So our logic over here till now is correct. Now that we have calculated the weekday and the weekend, we have calculated the start of the week, that is this number of days, and now we have to calculate today. Today is very simple. Today we can write current date and over here we will write today and present, and we are going to again fill this formula like this. We are going to get the same day, and this date will basically correspond to our date over here. So now we have to calculate the expiration date in years. Now if you have 2000 or 365 Excel, you can use the DATEDIFF function, but right now we are going to rather makeshift or bring together simple formulas to find out the days in terms of year. So expiration, we can write the expiration date. So if it is more than 10 years, if it's more than I think 10 years, everything is obviously will expire. We can write age of the customer, right, or whatever. So I'm going to subtract from the current date the date that we have over here. Now I'm given a number. So basically this is the numbers of this date minus this date. Now if I divide it by 365, I get the number of years, and I'm going to again, and this are the number of years that we have. Again, now moving forward, we have the weekday, start of the month, today, year, expiration, start of the week. We already, now last thing that is left is the start of the month. So start of the month, basically we will utilize a date function. Now the date function says the year, the month, and the date. So in the year we will write year, extract this. In the month we will write this month, and in the day we will write the first day of the month. So we have this as the start of the month, and here you have it. We have the start of the week, the expiration, the today, the year, the start of the month, and weekend. We haven't extracted the year, so for the year it can easily be extracted by just using the formula year, and we are again going to use the column. So one thing that you have to keep in mind, whatever formula that we are extracting, so except for the exception of this week and weekends, week or weekends column, everything is being extracted from this date. The name of the day, the current date has come from a formula, the age of the customer, the start of the month, and the year. So except for this and for this, which is again extracted from this, which is again a function of this. So whatever that you are extracting in the date from the date has to come from the source date column. So whatever you are extracting, either it is the name of the day, the age, the start of the month, the year, the name of the day or the weekend or the week, has to come from here or here. Now I'm going to select from here till here and press the delete button. Now we are going to move on to Power Query Editor and do the same thing. I'm going to click on blank report. In the blank report, I'm going to connect a CSV file, and the CSV file again I'll collect the calendar, and I will click on transform data, which will again take me to the date column, and over here again in the add column I will use start of the month. Again I will use the start of the month. The year column, again the date column being selected, I am going to say start of the week, and the column being selected I am going to say the name of the date. This we already know. We can come over here and write day dot Monday. So we can write it like this over here as well, but it's just showing an error. So what we are going to do is we are going to replace this day with month, which we know is Monday. So, oh, I'm sorry guys, I have calculated it in the wrong column. This is the right column, day of the week. So over here I'm going to write day dot Monday, which is again like writing month. So if I write start of the week and select or add a column, if I just want to check, which we already checked, the name of the day, it is Monday. I'm going to remove this step and come back over here and close and apply. So when I close and apply, this is like we are going to be taken back to the Power BI desktop. Now in Power BI desktop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into table view. I have to calculate the age of the customer. I'm going to right click over here and add a new column, and in the column I'm going to write DATEDIFF, and which says that I have to write the first date and the second date and the interval that I want. So the first date will be the date table, the adventure works date table. The second date will be obviously today, and the interval we want it to be in terms of years. So again we have the years. I'm going to change it into age, and now for week and weekends I'm going to again add a new column, and this will be my week days, which is again week day. Date is our adventure works, and we want 2, which basically means that the start of the week would be from Monday to Sunday. So 2 and over here. Now further onwards, why is it giving me an error? Must be, yes, that is the mistake that we have made. So now 2, and now we have this. Now again a new column, and over here we are going to utilize the same OR formula. Off days, you can write it over here, off days, and over here we write if function followed by an OR function. Now we're going to write it in a different format. Now if weekdays is equal to 6, which means Saturday, double pipe sign, which is above the enter sign, we are going to write shift and double pipe, and adventure works, and again weekdays is equal to 7, then it would be a weekend. Otherwise, if both of the conditions are not met or any of the 2 conditions are not met, we would write week. And I'm going to close the parenthesis and press enter. So here we have it. We have done it in Power BI, and we have done it in Excel as well. So I hope this small video was helpful, And guys, thank you for watching.